Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you were gonna smile and you go.
So right now, my school has to do this keystone testing. It's one of those state mandated tests to track the progress of the school's teaching. We used to do PSSAs, but they took it away because we could never pass them. So on Monday, I couldn't find my calculator. It was a nice little simple calculator, and I couldn't find it. And like, I needed to take the test, like literally. If you don't have it, then you're basically fucked. So my mom wouldn't let me get one because she was being a bitch. And she decided it was a good idea to just not let me replace an $11 calculator from Walmart. And I had a coupon. I could have gotten a much cheaper calculator, but instead, she was just like, no, I can't keep spending money. I would have used my own money to buy the calculator. And I was just freaking out because I didn't want to fail my math portion and have to take a math remedial class my senior year because I didn't have a damn calculator. So I found one in my brother's room. It was so high-tech, like you don't understand. Look at this motherfucker. It has Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. It goes into the internet. I don't know how to use this at all. I was taking the math portion and I was like, oh, la-di-da, whatever, okay, I'm done. So I decided to check with my work and I was just like, oh, look, there's 2 pages worth of open-ended that I didn't see before. And then our teacher was just like, oh, time's up, put your pencils down. Now, let me tell you right now, the amount of work left I had to do took me 2 minutes to finish. Let me just tell you that now. But anyone who didn't finish had to go down to the cafeteria and finish taking the test on there. So I was like, whatever. And like they collected our phones in the beginning so we don't cheat. So I was like, oh well, when are we getting our phones? So like, oh, we'll just take it up to the center, which is like basically the office, but we have one for each grade level. I went down to the cafeteria. Freshmen everywhere. There was not an upperclassman to be found. I felt disgraced by the fact that me and like a few other kids were the only upperclassmen there. It took 20 minutes just for them to find my test. It took them 20 minutes. 20 minutes of me sitting there, me having to try to find out who has my damn test. It took 20 minutes to get that test. And then when I got it, I spent 2 minutes finishing the question and then handed it in. But nope. It does not stop there. You thought it stopped there? You're wrong. It didn't stop there. So I was waiting in line to give them my test and I had my damn calculator with me. So the teacher saw it. She's just like, oh my God, we forgot to clear the memory. We forgot to clear the memory of the calculators we're supposed to so that people don't cheat. So she took my calculator. She's just like, how do I clear this memory? And I was just like, I don't know. Because it's new and it's high tech. And I just got it 2 days ago, so I don't know how the fuck this thing works. So then they were passing around like, do you know how to clear this? Do you know how to clear this? So then it finally gets to this one teacher, and he's just like, you're not allowed to use this calculator. What? I'm not, what? I'm not allowed to use this calculator? None of these damn teachers told us what calculator we could and could not use. None of them. They said we needed a calculator. They said they had to clear the memory of the calculator. They said you had to bring a calculator. They did not say what kind of calculator. So the fact that I was hearing this was just pissing me off. My home teacher, he fucking saw the calculator. He had to. He had to go person to person, clearing everyone's memory before and after the test. He saw his calculator. So if he truly knew that this was not allowed, then he just sat there and watched me use the wrong calculator. Then my grade's vice principal person, representative person, I don't even know. He was just like, oh, what's your name? And I was like, oh, it's Vanessa Walker. And he wrote it down, and then he didn't say anything. He didn't look at me. He looked like he was done talking to me. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So then they said, oh, for anyone who needed more time, your phones are in the center. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to my center, which is on the 3rd floor. It's like 4 flights of steps. So I went up and they're like, we don't have your cell phones ready. You don't have our cell phones ready? Like, are you making modifications? Why isn't he here? So he was just like, oh, they haven't brought it up yet. Why? Why? What? Why? The cell phones were put in a box. Why would you take the phones and bring them down to the cafeteria if we're not even allowed to have them in the cafeteria? Why wouldn't you just collect the phones, put them in the little bin, and then bring them to the center? Because there's no need to make them travel along with us if we're just gonna have to go up to the center. So they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll call you down as soon as we have yours. I was just like, that's not happening. So now I was walking around, and like, because of these tests, there was a late start schedule. So I went to a teacher. I was just like, excuse me, what block are we in? She's like, 2. And I was like, all right. So I went to my second block class. I see a room with the lights on, a white blonde woman, and a class full of Negroes I ain't never seen in my life. This was not my second block class. So then I walked along the hall, and I was just like, what block are we in? And then this other teacher said, oh, we're in first. And I was just like, we're in first? What? She didn't even say it with confidence. She's like, oh, I think we're in first block. You're the damn teacher. And it's not like you're not even teaching right now. You're literally walking along the hallways. Their job at that specific point in time is literally to direct us to where we need to be. So how would you not know where to tell the student to go? And the thing that pissed me off is that I went to my first block class like before. But before I reached there, that's when I asked the teacher what block. So basically, I was right next to the room I needed to be, and I went all the way down 5 steps to be told I have to go all the way back up. And that just made me so mad, because on top of all of that, it is my time of the month. I ain't ready for this bullshit, and I'm just upset because, like, why did he need my name? And like, is he gonna take one of my tests because I use this stupid calculator? Like, I'm just pissed the fuck off because I don't know what's happening. And I swear for fuck. Like, and then we have 5 more days of this test. We have 5 more days of this test. Because that was the most frustrating part of my life. Why? Why would you not tell us this kind of stuff? Why didn't you say something about my calculator? Why didn't you specify if I was not to have it? Even 4 teachers trying to clear my memory did not know that that calculator was not allowed. All I needed was an $11 calculator, and I have a day full of bullshit. I'm getting real tired of this bullshit.